Hi there. I'm absolutely delighted to have been asked to chair this section and so pleased to see that the voices of parents are positioned so strongly and given such a prominent position in today's programme. In One Family, probably 90% of the work we do is directly with parents because we know they're the experts in their own children's lives, and it's fantastic that that is being reflected here today. This involvement of parents, the listening to the voice of parents in the conference is of course reflecting the theme, which is all about working together. Parents are at the heart of everything we do as practitioners, and all positive parenting programs, approaches, services must put children and parents at the centre of their work. Because we know that every parent wants the best for their children. But sometimes we could all do with a little guidance and a little space to reflect and figure out what is the best right now. Just as practitioners, we need to sit back and reflect and think, well, what's the best right now? And a positive parenting approach is so essential in this, and it's great that we have 3 parents who have been generous enough to share their own life stories and their experiences with us today, and I know it's going to be a real privilege to hear them. And I've seen the presentations. I know that they're really diverse, they're really interesting perspectives on the value of positive parenting. And our speakers come from different parts of the world. They live in different parts of Ireland. They have children of different ages, and they play different roles in different kinds of families. So it's going to be a fantastic half hour, I think, for us all. So our first speaker this morning is Yemi Ojo. And Yemi is a leader in the African community in Ireland, having won African Person of the Year as well as Tala Person of the Year, which I think is her personal pride. And she's going to share some insights with us this morning about parenting supports and what that has been like for her. So can I welcome Yemi?
Thank you very much. Thanks, Karen, for the brief introduction. It's a real pleasure to be here this afternoon. I want to appreciate Tusla for this wonderful conference. And also, I wear different hats. On Thursdays and Fridays, I work with New Community Partnership. I'm not just being here because on my own volition, it's a pleasure to be here, but a letter came to my boss, Anka Lupo, the general manager of New Community Partnership, where I work as a project worker on Thursdays and Fridays, in which Tusla was asking for an immigrant or African parent that can be part of this wonderful conference. And Anka said, look no further, Yemi is the person. So I was so delighted because, deep inside me, I've been really wanting to share my experience as far as positive parenting is concerned. And for me to do it under the canopy of the highest and the almighty Tusla is a big deal, it's a big deal for me. And I wasn't even thinking there would be 300 people. I was like, even if it is 15 people, I'm ready to share my, positive parenting presentation. So it's a great pleasure to be here. Talking of positive parenting, I'm not going to look at the direction. I just want to appreciate my first daughter who just finished her in law school. She's here. She had told me not to mention it, but I just want to appreciate. Thank you very much. She said I shouldn't mention it, so I'm not looking in her direction. She's taller and bigger than me, but I love her just the way she is. I love her with all my heart. So congratulations, sweetheart. So good afternoon. There are a lot of faces that I know here. Monday to Wednesday, I wear different hats, and there are lovely people that I've met across the way. That is a pleasure to see them here as well. And they will kill me if I mention their name, but I'm going to mention it anyway. So I want to appreciate our lovely boss here. When I saw him, I wasn't surprised seeing him in a high position. So love to see you. Come on. And of course, my very first manager, Caroline Jordan, and of course my present manager now, coordinator, Caroline Sheehan. I don't know if she's still around. So I've done every area, so I think I'm in good shape. So hopefully I will be able to finish on time. It's good to keep time. So thank Thank you all very much. My name is Yemisi Ojo. A lot of people call me Yemi. I love that. And in African context, it means Yemisi means a child of honor, set aside and honored. So a lot of people call me Yemi. Some young people call me Auntie Yemi. So if you hear that name anywhere, you know they are talking about me. So my positive parenting story. Let me begin. Please forgive me. You know, there are some people you'll be talking with on the phone, but you've not actually seen them. And it's an opportunity for me to see Ima today that has been working with this project, and we've been communicating on the phone. I sent her my presentation, and she helps me to modify it. I thought I knew PowerPoint, but she knows better. So I want to appreciate you, Ima, for the opportunity, and also Ola, that's another person that I was speaking with. So my name is Yemisi Ojo, equally a Nigerian and an Irish citizen. My role in the new community is supporting parents with positive parenting from my own experience. I'm a mom of a teenager and two young adults. Positive parenting has an impact on the lives of parents who are facing challenges in their role as a parent. What does positive parenting mean to me and my family? It means communication, listening, celebration, combination of what works well, and finding solution to what does not work well. When we hear positive parenting, you might think everything is tick, 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 everything is okay. Standing up here today, I will explain further during the presentation. A lot of what works well is part of, and a lot of what does not work well, and finding solutions to them is what makes me have the confidence to be able to say I want to speak about positive parenting. So positive parenting is not just about what works well, it's also equally about what did not work well and how you find solution for it working well. How has positive parenting helped my family to be healthy and happy? It has helped my family to love, to respect one another, to trust one another, and brought us closer. I was tempted to send a clip of video in terms of positive parenting that my children took me when I heard my favorite song, and they just videoed me on a Snapchat like 10 seconds. I was telling Ima, maybe I will have put it at the end. Without positive parenting, you connecting with your children, some parent won't even dare and say, don't you video me? You know, we always have fun, and it's a worthy cause. I will speak more about that. My positive parenting message that I would like to share. Positive parenting doesn't have a beginning or an ending. It's challenging, yet fulfilling. Positive parenting is possible. You are not a failure, and it's okay to get help when you need it. Seeking support is a strength and not a weakness. Especially from, that's my life and my family, my three lovely children. And I don't know if you can recognize me with my hair tie there. My 17-year-old warned me and said, Mommy, no, you don't need a hair tie today. I said, okay. We are talking of positive parenting, so it's good to listen. It's lovely. I'm really enjoying it. There are challenges, but I'm enjoying it. I was going to wear very high heels. She said, Mommy, wear something that is comfortable, Mommy. So don't look at my feet. Me and my guys, that's my lovely husband, and who is wishing me well during this conference, and really proud that I'm participating. And that's my son. I don't know if I'm to mention them, but that's them. You know, that's my girls. That's selfie. They love to really tease me a lot because I would just hear music, I would get up and be dancing. They say, come on, Mom, let's take a selfie. And I guess it's the in thing. If you have not taken first selfie, you are not, you don't know what is happening. So, So all the mommies in the house are equally professionals. Please take selfie. Take selfie, it will relax you. Even if you are in at your place of work, that family is giving you a headache, just take your phone and take selfie. Thank you very much. And the last but not the least, if the husband is giving you problem, take selfie. If there is too much caseload, take selfie. All right. My perspective on positive parenting revolves around learning. The word learning. Learning is an everyday thing. We learn every day. Learning is a continuous, and we learn every day as parents and human beings. The letters supported me. Each of the letters supported me to parent my children positively. So when I was asked to do this presentation, learning is the word that came to my mind. And these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 8 letters of learning. So you can put anything in front of each letters that you want, but these are the words that help me to be a positive parent or to parent positively with my children. And not only that, the work that I do in a new community partnership revolves supporting my grandparents. And the one that I do on my Monday to Wednesday job as well, as a practitioner, revolves around supporting family. And I bring this learning to my families as well, and it's helping them. Based on the feedback as well, they'll say, oh, they never know. And also, sometimes in positive parenting, when parent hears it from someone from a different culture, it makes a difference. So I support parents both from the Irish culture and also from the immigrant community. So it works, it balances up. And the L, love, learning, E for education, A for appreciate, R for respect. After R, what's next? N, thank you. N for nurture. It is what you nurture that will nourish you. It's good to nurture our children. Learning. Then I for interest. Then another N for natural. And then the G is for good time. So I now break it down in terms of what those things mean to me as far as positive parenting is concerned. Love. It is important as a parent to show love to our children, to say it, show it, practice it, act it, set smart boundaries. That's part of showing love. Don't set a boundary that maybe for a 5-year-old, you must give a show that is beyond that child's age. Set boundaries. You must go to bed at 8 o'clock. That's a boundary that can be achieved, and measurable. Like, how many times has this child been consistent in the boundaries that you set? Make children feel safe. That's part of showing love, and understanding them is part of showing love. In the where I'm coming from, I don't think I remember my parents ever hugging me, but that's not an issue because their way of showing love is different, and I know that my parents really, really love me. The minister was talking about hugs and all. No, but it happens now with my children. Even if I don't give it, they give it. Especially my last one. A lot of kisses here and there and hugs and, But where I was coming from, as long as you have your school fees, education is very important. There is food, there is roof over your head. Maybe during Christmas, you get a new shoe, you get a new dress. It's loving. Your parent loves you. So I wasn't maltreated. And that is love from when I was growing up. Though these days, when I tell my children, when I was growing up, they will tell me that was over half a century ago. And some parent might get angry, and I say, yes, that was half a century ago, but it got me where I am. So understanding our children is very important. So in terms of education, our parents are the first teacher of their children. It is important that we start educating them, both informally, even from when they are in the womb. I educate my children about the African culture, the Nigerian culture. I educate them about this wear. They all have wares. But some children, if they don't know, they will just shun it. I educate them about our food, lovely food. I educate them about respect. It is very important. It is their attitude that will determine their altitude in life. It is very, very important for us to educate our children. It's not only seeing the four walls of the school, but us teaching them even from home. We are the first teacher to our children, and also teaching it to parents in the community. Education brings awareness, knowledge, independence. Educate your children about respect and good manners. We should not be shy away from it. That is why sometimes in school, even I know very much about children first. Children needs to be heard. But if you do not educate your children, if you do not love them, there's no way you can educate them. There's no way that they can respect you. So it is important to love them. It is someone that loves you, that shows you that love, that you'll be able to listen to. You educate them about respecting others and respect for themselves. Good manners is part of education. Sometimes, as a parent, we might forget to appreciate our children. When I came to Ireland, going to school and coming home with coloring papers is something that I could not really. When they come home and say, "Oh, mommy, see all my colors." Tell me about ABC. Tell me about multiplication. Have you learned your multiplication to the end? But when I did childcare for 3 years, and I know a lot of practical work I have to do with my coloring, and I dare anybody to put my coloring in the bin. So I start having a different perspective for my children's coloring, and I appreciate it. So when I've kept them for so many semesters, and when they are not looking, I just bin them. They don't know. I think their sister that is listening now says, "So, Mom, that's what you did to my coloring." But I will stick. I don't know. Am I supposed? How long do I have? Okay. All right. So I will add 5 more minutes to that. I will hurry up. So she showed me a sign of 5 minutes, so I will add 5 more minutes to it. But I'm kidding. I will hurry up. So it's good to appreciate our children. When we do, it improves their self-esteem. They are motivated, and it does a lot of things to them. When we appreciate them, they will be able to reciprocate it to us. And when we teach it to the parents and use this learning to put anything that they want in the letters, it helps parents because it's very easy, it's simple enough. But we need to, nudge them along and say, yes, you can put that. So how do we appreciate? Praising them, hugs, and kisses. I tell people it doesn't cost a thing. When you hug, it does not cost anything. Praising. Parents, sometimes it's like, you didn't take your uniform, you didn't remove your shoes. I told you to remove your shoes. I told you to put your bags on. And they've done a lot of things severally. And it is important for them to hear that praises. Well done. Welcome back from school today. And it is very, very important. Respect. Respect is reciprocal. It is important we respect our children. And when we do, they will respect us. But sometimes people feel that children need to respect them, but we need to reciprocate. Let it balance up. It is important. Respect includes good communication, listening without interruption or sentiment. It is important. If I'm not practicing it, it will be difficult for me to talk about it here. Before my daughter finishes her law school, church is a big thing in my home. You have to go to church every Sunday. That's my religion. You find comfort, and it's the right thing to do. When she was doing her examination, she just said, Mom, please, can I stay home and study? And this is a young person that she doesn't even have to listen to me, but she was seeking my permission. I said, of course, and I was like, if I don't say of course now, she might just stay at home. What am I going to do? So I want to hold on to that power like, yes, I gave her the permission. So it is important to respect our children's wishes, especially when they ask us. Listening without interruption is a virtue. Listening without interruption is a virtue. Nurture. Nurture your child with the right ingredients. What are these ingredients? Like if you want to cook Irish cordon, there are things you put into it. And likewise, in the life of our children, it is important for us to nurture them. And when we nurture them at an old age, they will be able to nourish us and nourish themselves. When there is no nurturing in raising or rearing our children, what do we expect them to give to their own children? So the ingredients of nurturing our children include love, praise, you set boundaries, and be a democratic parent. That is, democratic government is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Be democratic. That is, you listen to them. You are not being a pessimistic parent that, you just permit them to do anything, or authoritative parent that, no, you must do it my own way or no way. No. When you are a Democrat, you are able to listen to them and at the same time set boundaries. When they want to come home at 12, you said 11 will be okay. Meet each other halfway. Especially with young teenagers, they will really push you. I said, I don't want to have high blood pressure, man. I have to, really, we have to, negotiate. Interest. Show interest in your child. It boosts self-esteem. It builds the relationship between you and your child. Show interest. Most of the time we are worried about the bill. Yes, those are the things to be worried, but show interest. Show interest in what your children are doing, and you will find out that they want to tell you everything before they find it somewhere else. Natural. Let children be themselves. If they make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Support and guide them. From that mistake, there will be a message that we'll be able to give in the future to people that say, I made this mistake, but look at me now. Words of encouragement. Let them be who they are. Every child can be what they want to be with a lot of love, and they'll be successful. Again, where I'm coming from is either you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you are an engineer, then that is it. But these days, I have to really, hold myself for not telling my children, you must do this. I say, yeah, whenever they tell me, I say, oh, yes, but I'll be praying with them in that course, But, but I've learned that. Let them be whom they want. Let them be their own selves. Good time. Good time as a family. It might be dinner time. It might be time that you are together. It might be birthday. In my family, they know that everybody must be around for the birthday. We do it, and within ourselves as a family, and we love and celebrate one another. I will never forget the last birthday I celebrated, where my children surprised me with an iPhone. I was so happy because the one I was using was cracked, has cracks on the surface. I was just using it and using it. I didn't know they were watching me. Celebrate one another. Even if they don't get you anything, enjoy yourself. Celebration, have a good time together. Give our children a real input into what we can do as a family. We shouldn't be one-sided, be the parent making all the decisions. We should be making this message to the parents we are supporting as well. And also vacation and outing. Outing can be even within the Republic of Ireland or the environment that you are. There are a lot of good things around us. Now, in conclusion, so is conclusion already? All right, it's conclusion already. Okay, so I would like to appreciate everyone for listening. I think when I say this now, that's it. All right. Let- I just want to say this. I'm an African mommy and a Nigerian and also an Irish citizen. For the people that are here today, this is part of my culture, these beads here. And I'm willing to give one each to anyone who have not been to Africa and wishes to have a taste of Africa. I'm not saying eat it, but you know, you can just, these are real beads. You can, if you want to, just have one and, as something to remember this wonderful conference about. I don't only deal with young people, I support family as a whole. I actually wrote 131 tips to a happy and healthy relationship. And I also wrote Me, Myself, and I, inspirational booklet for young people. So on saying that, I would like to appreciate everyone for listening to my presentation, and I hope you've been able to learn one or two things, and I thank Tusla for the opportunity. Gora Mahagot, so I'm going to show the, and thank you.
Well, Guramaga to you as well, Yemi, for that. That was great. I think what was really, really interesting is your reiteration of celebration and having a good time both with your family but also as professionals to step out and have fun. We're all people. This is hard work. So it's good to get that kind of reminder. So thanks for that. I'm delighted now to welcome our next parent who's going to speak to is Arta Runica, and she's travelled from Limerick with her lovely son Emmett, who I don't see here at the moment, but he's absolutely gorgeous. And Arta lives in a one-parent family, which is very, very close to my own heart, and I'm really glad that she's come up, and she's going to talk to us about a whole range of parenting supports which she has found useful in her life. So thanks, Arta.
Thank you very much, Karen. So it's nice to introduce me. So my name is Arta Runica, and here's my positive parenting story. And as you see, it's in here my son Emmett, and in this photo he's actually 7 months old. And I actually try to take him everywhere where I was. Went for a walk, went somewhere meet people. I try to take all time with me. And in August he will be actually 3 years old this year, so he's actually really great company for me. And as you know, it's a single mom. It's kind of can be very hard, and especially when you're from different country. And originally I'm from Latvia, and it was kind of like a surprise for me when he was actually born 3 weeks earlier. It was kind of I literally worked till last day. I actually was working. I remember like a day. It was bank holiday Monday. I was working actually 8-hour shift. So everybody can kind of say, you are crazy. And especially when you are a chef, so all day on the feet. So I just kind of say, I will have nice, at least 2 weeks for myself, rest. Yes, that was happened. I just kind of it's finished Monday, Wednesday I just kind of feel not right. I actually ring my GP, says can make appointment for Thursday. Yes, that happens. I just kind of woke up early in the morning, just kind of okay, I have to go. It's not to GP, but to hospital. So, yes, and I actually, unfortunately, I had to go in hospital on my own as a single parent. So it's what does positive parenting mean to me and my family? It's actually kind of bonding time, especially with my son when you're all time with him. Loving time, like, it's loving time, it's only not like, it's hugs. When he cries, just pick up, like, I know that for some parents, it's, oh, let the child cry, he will be okay. But deep in down in your heart, no, just need to pick up your, the child. But as like, in my background, like, it's always the state, like, oh, leave the child cry, like, he will be fine, And then, like, it's, I feel down, like, pick up the child. And when you pick up the child, it's really kind of, it's soothing a child and showing that love, and know that the child is actually safe. And like, as I, like, through presentation, I will be explain, but how it's actually helped me a lot as well. Like, playfulness is just kind of like, the child want to play, and we parents like try to be so serious, But deep down in our parents' hearts, we really want to play with a child. And that is like, that child wants that, and have a fun. I know that like, positive parenting, like, it's about fun and enjoying. Of course, sometimes it's actually, it can be very hard, especially when you're a single parent. But you always find the time for fun and playfulness. And how does positive parenting help my family to be healthy and happy? I just kind of more open, connect with other people. It's kind of like, when you actually have a baby, it's like, you are actually at home and you try to stay at home. And you're just kind of like, don't want to go outside. And sometimes it's actually kind of, you have to push yourself out, just kind of, I have to go out. Go out for fresh air. Go out in a, like, in a park with a child. Even when he's in a buggy, just go outside. And that's like, fresh air, it's actually helping you get more positive. Breathing even the fresh air, it actually helps, like, positive, like, on yourself and for a baby as well. And the strong social structure, because when you're actually going out, meet other parents and meet other babies, it's just only you connect with your, like, with mothers. At the same time, the child actually sees how you actually connect with your other people, how you actually communicate. They even if they don't say anything, but they observe like a sponge. I actually noticed that, like, even when I'm actually, like, a little bit sad, I actually straight away know that affects my son. So I'm actually like, I just kind of listen to my child, and I know it's good for my, son Emmett, because he, I can see he actually more confident, interact with other people. Of course, he for a lot of babies have that safety barriers that's like, oh, I'm not putting myself close. But like, when you actually kind of like, the child feels safe, he just kind of like, okay, I can do something. And make friends. Because when the more, like, as a parent, when you make more friends, that, like, I see that Emmett try connect with other people as well, with other children as well, and showing that kindness. So the more you are kinder towards yourself first, like, all, like, as a parent we think like, all kind be to other people, but same time, like, as I learn hugely that learn be kind towards yourself as a parent. And when you are kind to yourself, the child actually pick up that as well. You'll be kind to, like, to himself and other children as well. And at the same time helps to build self-esteem. So that I know that self-esteem is actually very important to his all school time when he was meeting with other people. My positive parenting message I would like to share to other people: stay calm with positive attitude. The more positive you are, doesn't matter how it's actually situation be, like, kind of like, you're just kind of ready to hate you, it's like, that is. But staying calm. And when you stay calm, it actually helps you, like, the child calm as well. And me, he actually kind of like, I just noticed he's more just kind of, okay, what's going on? Listen. Sometimes like, needs to be stop and listen. In any situation, just listen to your child, what he wants to try to say. And breathe. Breathe, listen, breathe, listen. Sometimes when a situation comes on, you just kind of forget to breathe. You just kind of, and you are just kind of literally, you are actually kind of in a panic state. But same time, it's actually kind of stop for a moment and take those 3 deep breaths. That has actually hugely helped me in all situations. Stop for a moment and take those 3 deep breaths. That is actually huge. And follow your child's lead sometimes. It's like, it's most time I actually follow Emmett's lead, what he wants to do. That way he actually learns a lot more. So it's like, it's brilliant way how you actually kind of positive parenting affects the child in the future. And all of these benefits, both you and your child. So it's like, it's benefit, when you listen, breathe, connect with the child, that it really helps move forward. And that's actually benefit, not only you, but whole family and all around. It's just kind of when you do do in a positive way, that is affects not only your own family, but all surroundings. It's kind of ripple effect. So, how it's begun. So I already said this, I was in a hospital, go for on my own. And in hospital was asked if I would like community mother. At that time, I don't know what it was, but I say, oh yes, please, because I knew I would be on my own and I needed support. So that way I had support, information, and encouragement. So that's why it's in here, it's about 6 months, 7 months old, and he actually he didn't crawl. He didn't want to crawl whatsoever, but he wanted to stand. He was eager to walk. And as you can see, he was actually standing, so let me out. So as positive parenting, I knew it's breastfeeding is actually very important, and I actually would be support breastfeeding in any way. And it's really kind of I knew that it's benefit for a child, and the Emmett was breastfeed exclusively till recently I finished. So he's actually more than almost 3 years he actually was breastfeed. So, and you can see that it's helping the child. And for me, it's kind of it's really sad that not a lot of mothers do breastfeeding. So I, whatever it's meet mothers or waiting, I'm actually kind of supporting breastfeeding. So I know that it's very important. Thank you. So it's positive parenting supports it's I had community mother Edna, and through Edna I actually kind of it's all that started. It's information about baby toddler groups, all massages, and whatever I could just kind of I all information what she gave to me, I just kind of say I'm taking it. So that way I had we have Emmett had 2 baby massage. First baby massage when he was actually 6 weeks old. So, and of course he was actually got in that time when he actually was asleep. So he literally I breastfeed and just looking he fell asleep, and I'm looking how other parents actually doing massage. And the second baby massage I got when he was actually 6, 7 months old. So that way kind of he was awake, so I can do it for him, Then I had a baby toddler group on a Henry Street, that's in Limerick. And that is actually a very nice group was where I learned nursery times, playfulness. It was I was actually lucky enough that a group had special person came in as a art. It was art playing just really dirty playing. So it just kind of really hands on. It was great. Then I got a baby incredible year program. That is actually it was 6-week program. It's actually hugely helped me. That kind of child's development, how it affects the child, and it's kind of give more encouragement me what's really helping for a child development positive way, and it's actually really helped me look at all more positive and just kind of say, okay, it's okay. And this one in here, it's a play group in Garion. That's actually the other group, yes. And he was kind of you can see that he's on a yellow paper, his hands like a spider made. So he's just kind of it's like, what's going on in here? So, but it's kind of encouragement, connect with other children, playfulness. That's it's kind of really kind of connecting with other people. So that's kind of and a lot of parents kind of say, so, oh, I don't need help and everything. But I want to say, don't be afraid to say, yes, I need help. So a lot of parents I know that say, so, oh, I'm okay, I will be okay on my own. But unfortunately, it's it's very important just ask for help. Even when it's in a hospital, when it was kind of ask for help, do you need some help? I say yes. And my bilingual baby. So Emmett hears, understands 3 languages. As I speak Latvian, English, and Russian. So as you see in here, Taman Park, he's actually reading. So he loves the books. And then in here, it's actually, I had another program. It's a parent and child home visiting program. And it's actually by Early Learning Initiative. It's by National College of Ireland. It actually helps him, it's all toys, as you can see in the picture, he really enjoys as well. And in here, it's baby and toddler group in Garion. That's I'm actually I found that all information. So it's just kind of amazing when you connect and with other parents and the groups, how you can really help positive parenting. So community supports ABC Start Right. That's actually have the main thing and love parenting. That's there those groups as well. And then I actually have been looking as well, preventing 24/7 website as well, to just more tips and how to get more positive parenting and that kind of thing. So my independent chef. So as I actually myself chef, so I like cooking as well, and I noticed that when I cook and he's not beside me, he won't eat. So I literally had to he wants to stand beside me and cooking. So in one picture you can see that he was actually we are making a spaghetti bolognese. So he really enjoys cooking, and his masterpiece. On one breakfast, I actually put all food on the table, and he's actually something doing it. And thank God I have a phone beside me just captures this picture. So on the table, you can see that white is actually cheese, and that rye bread, build a tower, and on the top a tomato. I wouldn't think about that, but you see. And then you see the digger as well. He's actually exploring jelly. So, and then I actually have myself, babies at reflexology. And I actually, through that baby reflexology, I actually say, explore everything. And as you see, it's in here, my Etna community mother, and we enjoy. And I have trained as gentle touch reflexology. So, and I have co-facilitate with her gentle touch reflexology as I'm actually the instructor. So, thank you very much for listening to me.
Thanks so much, Art, and thanks for sharing so much of your family life as well. And I love your insight around pausing, taking a breath, being calm, as a parent. But that's exactly what we as practitioners have to do when we're working with parents as well. So really helpful, really insightful. Thank you. So glad to welcome a dad. Alex Valadkevich has travelled from Kilkenny with his family today to speak to us. And he has participated in a number of different parenting programs, including Life Start and Parents Plus, and he's going to give us some insight into his experience. So a big welcome for Alex.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex and originally I'm from Belarus and I moved in here in Ireland in 2001. My wife Eugenia, she joined me in 2013 and on the September 23rd we had our baby daughter Nina and she's 3.5 years old now. So that's us and that's her third birthday I suppose. So what does positive parenting means to me and my family? It means creating positive, calm and loving environment around our child that we thought would be the best approach to build our relationship with her. Bring out the best by listening and understanding our daughter, praising and encouraging her efforts, noticing and rewarding good behavior. Trust and understanding that we're always there for her is built little by little every day, which we are trying to do our best to support her in her learning and discovering new things, feelings, situation, etc. And for her knowing that she will get patient explanation and ability to discuss interesting for her topics makes her more confident and outgoing. How has positive parenting helped my family to be healthy and happy? And it helped us in many ways. As we're working together in the same direction, it builds the team spirit in the family. It is easier for us to deal with any issues inside or outside of our family. Together is always stronger. Supporting an encouraging environment in the family help us to develop and as a result to reach new levels in personal, social and even professional aspects of our lives. And it's true. The positive parenting message that I would like to share is that as parents, we are the first and probably the most important teachers for our kids. As we all know, they're mirroring our behavior, habits, words, so trying to be your best gives them a good example to mimic. Listening and understanding, praising and encouraging their efforts, noticing and rewarding good behavior is the biggest motivators for children. It also making your child feel happy, loved, wanted, and secure. And these feelings will help them to develop lifelong confidence and self-esteem. We are all learning as we go, and there is no one who knows all about everything. So it's okay to be not perfect. What counts is the will to learn and become better. Thankfully, there is help available from different parenting programs such as Life Start and Parents Together. We were participating and we're doing at the moment as well. Being able to connect and bond with your child is massively important in order to communicate, and there is no better way to do it but through the play. Play together, talk to each other, and have fun doing that. So the beginning, how our positive parenting story began at the birth registry office. We came in to register her birth and we found a brochure about the Life Start program and decided to give it a try. And we're so happy that we did. And that's how our journey began. Sorry. The Life Start program opened us up to positive parenting. It is running for kids and their parents from newborn to 5 years of age. It has this brilliant idea of bringing the knowledge about our new baby right to our doorstep. Supporting families in their homes is so important. We learn about our baby development on month-to-month basis and at appropriate time according to our daughter's age. We can discuss our child development in hassle-free environment of our own home. We know what to expect from our baby at a certain age and how to help her and encourage her in her development. The home visitor is coming to our home once a month and delivering new information, answering our questions, supporting us with a kind assistance and reassurance. Most importantly, letting us know that we are doing good as parents. That's a huge deal. That reassurance and guidance is extremely valuable for us. In our case, we're blessed with Margaret Lacey, and she's here today. Margaret, she's an amazing person, and we're considering her part of our family by now. Margaret, we love you. Through the Lifestyle program, we met Helen Casey, and she's here today as well. Another lovely and inspiring person who introduced us to the parenting course she was running at that time. Being in love with the Lifestyle program, we happily started the course knowing that our family would only benefit from gaining extra parental knowledge. The course was really good with information on how to develop a good relationship with our daughter, giving a few exercises which help to tune in into child needs and emotions, learning distraction technique and how to prevent temper tantrums with calm and positive attitude. And it works almost every time. Almost. We learn the importance of child-centered play and communication. Also how to use rewards and picture charts and lots more. It was very inspiring, and as John was talking before the break, we were doing kind of groups, parents, and learning from each other as parents and knowing that you're not on your own in your situation. It's a big deal of support. Talking and reading, that's herself doing some stuff, yeah. Talking and reading to a child helps them with language development as well as learning new things. And the best way we learn is talking and learning through the play. Playing pretend games encourages her to use imagination and greatly helps her oral language. Letting her taking the lead in the play makes her feel important and in control. She feels that she can communicate to us, not only listen. I believe this creates the relationship where she will be comfortable to come to us to discuss any issues in her future life. Also, reading, especially bedtime reading, is a great way of calming her down after a busy day and get her ready to sleep, and at the same time, wonderful way of learning something new. The greatness of positive parenting is that everyone in the family benefits. As parents, we have developed closer relationship between ourselves. We build a strong bond with our daughter, which helps us to understand her better. We met new people through parenting support groups, got very important support and reassurance from parenting programs, feel more confident about our parental skills. And our daughter Nina benefits too. She learns a lot from playing with us. She is very confident in herself and easy makes new friends. Feels happy, loved, and secure, which boosts her self-esteem. What we like to do together? We like to spend a lot of time together, as much as we can. I'm a chef, by the way, too. Long hours, nights. Nina loves to do all kinds of art. She loves to dance and sing. Also, she loves to draw. She loves to create fairy tales and involve the whole family into it. She loves to play, well, usually I'm a fairy. I don't have that picture, but you can imagine. On the picture here is Nina with her mom and her art class teacher at Nina's first art exhibition, where she had a few of her pictures displayed. As a family, we enjoy our place together, loving going for a walk in the park or spend times at the playground. And of course, movie nights. Who doesn't like movie nights? And for conclusion, nobody's perfect, and we all have our ups and downs, but I believe that trying my best to be a good, positive parent gives me a big chance to help my daughter to develop into a good, positive person. I think if she will grow in loving, positive, oriented family, that would make her optimistic and cheerful person in future. As they say, being determines consciousness. And another thing is, in the world where is so much going on, where the news and happenings are not going easy on anybody, it is down to family and parents to be able to show to a child that good creates more good, and staying positive gives you a way better chance to reach whatever you're after too. So I say, let's create little islands of goodness in our each and all families, and I believe it will get contagious for others. Thank you very much to all the lovely people working on the program like Lifestyle, Lifestart and Positive Parenting. You are really bringing a lot of goodness to the world and making it better. Thank you.
Goodness, I love it. That and the image of you as a fairy, which I think we're all going to be left with, is just fabulous. So thanks for giving us a really practical connection between what you've learned and what you do in your family. It's really, really obvious that it works, and it's obvious, I think, from listening to all three parents, even though your children are different ages, you've done different programs, you live in, you've different kinds of families. The principles of positive parenting are really coming through really strongly from each of you. And we know that parents listen to other parents, and parents are great advocates to other people for coming into services and for getting support, and to seeing that getting support is a strength rather than a weakness. So we owe you a huge debt. And for us as practitioners, engaging with parents as partners is the key thing here. The working together, engaging as partners, and participation of parents, hearing voices, finding out what parents want in services, finding out how they went for them. We don't know everything. We absolutely have to listen to other people. The relationships that parents have, not just with their children, but with the other members of their family and their community in the context that they parent in. And we also know from research that the relationship between the worker, the practitioner, and the parent is key to the success. So again, the minding of practitioners is a really important basic part to getting the relationship right, and then people can hear us. So parents need to be partners, they need to participate, they need to hear us, be able to hear us through good relationships. So I think that the principles of positive parenting have come through really, really strongly. And we've a lot to build on that we can bring out to our work in the future in terms of what we've heard today, because it is working. So it was just one of the things that we sometimes reflect on in one family is that sense that anything we know we learn from parents, and they're people who place their trust in us, and that gives us a responsibility. And I suppose there's a challenge for us to continue on a journey with parents as real partners. And I just want to finish now by saying thank you so much. Thank you to Yemi, thank you to Arta and to Emmett. We were joined by Emmett, just in case anyone missed him, and to Alex for travelling here, for sharing, for reflecting, for being brave. Hopefully we will take some of your insights away with us, and we really, really appreciate that you have trusted the people that you came to work with in services, and it means a huge amount. So thank you so much.